All right, good morning, everyone. My name is Tim. I am a full-time reseller on eBay in Northwest Montana. I do over $200,000 a year in sales on eBay from garage sales, from estate sales, thrift stores, you name it. I am buying and selling. I also do a little bit with Amazon and their FBA with books. On this channel, I live pack my orders and we talk about what we bought and what I sold and maybe talk a little bit about what's going on in your eBay life. We do this every day, Monday through Thursday, 8 o'clock Mountain Standard Time. And Fridays and the weekends are kind of reserved for garage sales. And there might be an occasional stream then, but for the most part, it's in the morning. So hopefully you can pop by sometime and say hello. If not, I know a lot of people catch the replays. A lot of people like having this on in the background when they work. Throw me a comment. Let me know you're here. We're going to go ahead and get started here today. We have 10 sales for what? A little under 500 bucks. It's pretty average. We usually do about 12 sales for about $600, but I can't complain. So first we got a Bible. This guy is January 8th. He listed it, an ESV Bible. Probably got it for a buck or two and sold for 10. Would have done better, but it's got some considerable dust jacket wear. I think this guy will fit in a padded and be on its way up. It fits in my biggest padded, so we're good to go. I've been thinking a lot about shipping and logistics lately, as I've had some issues with some shipping and logistics on order I had from Costco. So it's kind of been front and center. These things happen. Maybe you've had orders before that go to a crazy place, take a crazy route, or don't make it to where they're supposed to be. Maybe you get a return to sender on an address, things like that. But, you know, these things just happen. I ordered this dishwasher from Costco, and it was supposed to be here Tuesday, and a dishwasher did very well arrive on Tuesday. It was not my dishwasher. Sent me a lower tier model. We ordered the big boy. We ordered the guy like way more pricey than we usually go as a family. We wanted to do it up right. And they sent us the base model of the same. And what ended up happening, and this has probably happened before in your eBay life, that, you know, one order got shipped to one person and one order got shipped to another person. So some guy out there got very lucky, or gal, they got very lucky and they got a dishwasher delivered to them that was considerably more expensive than the one they ordered. So I've been thinking about logistics on my end when that happens. I mean, being in the business, being in sales online helps you just kind of shrug that off and laugh about it, because these things happen. All right, what do we got? 12 by 10 by 4. Of course they're going to make it right. I'm not too worried about it. We already got a new delivery date. They're going to pick the old one up, and I think they're crediting me a couple bucks. So good. Going medium mail, 5 pounds. Sending this guy out. I like to think most people are reasonable when something goes wrong on your end. Maybe you switch 2 packages around. Most people are very reasonable to get it taken care of. Of course, there's also people that are crazy out there. This is understanding, but being in the eBay business has definitely helped me be more understanding when it happens on that end. They were able to offer me a little bit of credit. Maybe when you make that kind of mistake, we offer a coupon or something. I'm not sure what your policy is. I personally have never switched orders up, though. I have had plenty of shipping problems. Let's see, April 13th, this is a recent one. Rick O'Shea, Hip Shot, and me. It's like a lot of things I sell. You know, it's still worth picking up. You know, I'm getting it for a couple bucks. I'm gonna sell for 10. It's just not what it used to be. I saw some copies of this that were just sitting for, you know, 20 bucks on eBay, and then if you look on the Terapeak, like, they've just gone down. It's like a lot of things. If it's a signed edition, this one was not signed, then it goes for a little bit more, but we got just an easy $10 out of this. And of course the media is easy to do. I've had just about every shipping problem under the sun, except I've never swapped 2 orders. That's never happened to me. And I think I can attribute that to me doing one at a time. I've gotten flack before that I do this one at a time. Sorry. Making sure we're still live. Rather than doing the bulk labels at the same time. And I think that when you do bulk labels, you might be able to go faster, but you might be more prone to make mistakes. And so for me, I'm just always doing one at a time. I do it just like I do on this channel. I like to print 1 label at a time, 1 order at a time, and then I do my accounting 1 at a time while I do. I have an offer on a Carhartt for $23. Honestly, I'm going to take it. This was a very, very distressed, thrashed Carhartt, not the good Detroit style. You just took a $23 offer on it. I'm pretty sure I paid $10 though. I did probably pay too much what I usually like to see margins, but it was with somebody that, I'll still make $8 on it, but it was something I was throwing a deal together and decided to throw that in, even though it was not the right style, and usually you get a lot more for that kind of jacket. Anyway, moving on. We got Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past still coming out, finishing up the video games. They're going to trickle out throughout the year now. Sold most of them from about a month ago. Threw them all up. This guy sold for full price. Might have been a 15% offer I shoot out time and time again. A Link to the Past. So any of the Zelda games on the old consoles are good. For this one, I test it working, but you got to keep in mind, I usually tell the buyer, let's make sure this is the right cartridge. That's the right one. I usually tell the buyer that I've tested it, but the battery's not been replaced. A lot of these old games do have batteries that save the progress for people. And I'm not sure if this is batteries or a different way to do it, but I always put that disclaimer in there that there might be saved data present, but no batteries have been replaced or tested, because I don't deal with that. A lot of game sellers will just replace them for people, which, after 30 years or so, these batteries do wear out. And you got to go solder a new one if you want to save your games. But most of the time, I would say 99% of the time, if people are buying these old games, they are aware and they need to maybe be careful of the battery life before they get too far. Where are your regulars today? Right here, Les T. You're one of my regulars. Good to see you. Good to see you. We might have to build some new regulars, because with even that hour change, I know is going to be different for a lot of people. So good to see you here. I'm glad you popped in this morning. I was concerned for a second that we didn't start the stream right, but we got it all done. Ugh. Oh, there we go. And because this one reached $30, we throw it in a box. Otherwise, it would just be going in a poly and heading out. Yes, I've been talking about shipping issues, how I have more empathy for Costco delivering me the wrong dishwasher, since I deal with a lot of shipping issues myself. Just wanted to let you know you're up. I appreciate you letting me know that I am live and I didn't hit the wrong button like I did back a couple days ago and talked to an empty room for a while and no replay to show for it. So these things will happen as we get this up and rolling. All right. What else we got? Moving on to some shoes. Path, Sherpa shoes. Path is a great brand for these things. They're like skateboard shoes. They have usually the fat tongues and the higher ankles. These ones sold for $25. We're in it for less than $5. Out for 12. What are the more crazy things you've seen shipping for? Because I've seen some crazy things shipping. Ooh, there they are. I've seen some crazy things shipping. One time, multiple times, I've shipped items, and the buyer will claim that there was nothing in the box when the item arrived, and 90% of the time, it's they're just blowing smoke. Thursday in Ohio have been saying, good. I hope you crushed it at the sales pricers, because that's right. Ohio pricers said that they were at sales all day, and it's Thursday in Ohio. So they have their sales on Thursdays. We have them on Fridays here. So nothing going on yet today for us, but you must have been out crushing. I hope you found some good stuff. I've been lamenting about shipping problems. Costco delivered me the wrong dishwasher just 2 days ago. I have more empathy now that I've been in this business long enough. I get that these things happen. They're fixing it. It's all going to be good. But yes, 90% of the time when a buyer says something wasn't in the box, they're usually blowing smoke, and you just call them on their bluff, say, hey, no worries, open a return, I can get you taken care of. They'll be like, well, return what? Open a return, I'll get you taken care of, and then you can get eBay involved, and you know, it is what it is. Because every time that something actually falls out of a package or has problems, the post office will definitely put that there. They will put a big old sticker on it saying, hey, this fell out of the package, or this was broken, or there was some kind of damage. And so if they don't have that and there's no record on the tracking, you're going to be fine. Most of the time, eBay usually will have your back. Never had, and people complain about eBay a lot, but honestly, for me, I've never had a time when they really don't have my back. Those kind of situations, as long as you're doing everything right. Are you going to eat costs here and there? Absolutely. Some stuff that's part of doing business, but for the most part, eBay's been good to me. 12 by 8 by 6. 3 pounds. Fudge the shipping a little bit more on that, because that's bad dimensional. Try 5. Are those going? Be that bad? Oh well. Lost a couple bucks on shipping, but we're still good to go on the iPass. They'll make probably about $15 on those after everything. Nothing exciting, but I made some money this morning. Good. That's the name of the game. We want to make as much money as we can out there and have some fun. If you're doing this and you're retired, it should be fun, right? All right. Beautiful. Got an American Girl doll. This one did slip through at the bins. You usually don't find these sitting at the bins. I made some money this morning, but I always feel like I didn't do well. Didn't do well as in like you think you're passing by some stuff and like it's a knowledge problem, like it's a you problem, or thinking it's maybe just the stuff there problem. You know, I'm always curious. That's an interesting thought. I always feel like I didn't do well. American Girl, blonde. Hey, if you're making money, you're doing well. There's a lot of people that do this and operate at a loss. But, this is, I don't know, American Girl doll. She got some wear on her. She's got some wear on the tummy and stuff, but she's overall good. These still are fine. 2017, we got 35 bucks, and in it for less than 5. I got these boxes for dolls not too long ago, and I think it'll be just about right. 20 by 8 by 6. We'll try it. Otherwise, I got other ones that'll fit her. You pass up stuff or paid too much. Ooh, yeah. I feel you on the paid too much. Things are getting expensive out there. or you pass things that should be good. I'm paying for a paid too much mistake right now. I had some Playmobil stuff that I used to get a lot more out of, and I bought somebody out. I think I paid around 150. It was either 100 or 150. I did not go over 150. It was a year ago. But anyway, I divided this up. I'm looking at it right over here. I got 6 boxes going in lots, and I'm doing bids on them starting at 20 bucks, just because I don't want to miss any parts, and I'm trying to protect my margins. But man, even if they all sell for lowest price, like, I'm gonna break even. So I'm hoping we get some action on those. And it took me 2 hours of my life, to get them all processed, because it's a bunch of photos, laying it out on the carpet, getting the, making sure you can see every part and piece. And I'm not gonna research it. I'm not gonna clean them up, leaving that for somebody else. But that's one of the worst things. Like, when you pay too much on product, it's demoralizing, because then you're going, and not only did you pay money, now you're trying to get your money back out of it, and you're working for pennies if you're even making money at all. Like, if you buy a lot out for $1,000 and you realize I can only make $1,100 on this lot, then all of a sudden, like, you're doing all of this work. But you can't just not list it, because you have $1,000 worth of product. So buy cost that can be demoralizing. That can be really demoralizing. All right, she fits nice in that box, 20 by 8 by 6. I fell in love with this box size when I did my doll buyout about 5 years ago. Has it been that long? 4 years ago. The big old doll buyout back a ways back, and really liked these boxes for them. When I find a box I like, I start stocking it. I have every single box. I also don't comp much while shopping. Why not? You have the whole wealth of the internet at your fingertips. But I guess you move faster. You move faster when you're out shopping and you don't comp. And also, you can be a little more inconspicuous, I suppose. But I don't know. Everyone's on their phone these days. I just pull it out. I look it up right there. I could be the only one at the yard sale, and they can watch me look it up. It's fine. It's like, hey guys, I'm selling your stuff. It's all good. But no, I comp all the time, but I also don't comp as much as I used to. Once you start knowing what you're picking up, then you can take some more gut shots. And if it's for the right price, just take it. Especially if you have another way to unload it. A lot of guys, that's why they do Whatnot, have other streams to get rid of it. Johnny, so I have this is an interesting one. So this just popped up on my messages. On my messages, I got a message literally just now from a Facebook Marketplace thing asking, did you get this from the thrift store? I'm just going to tell them yes. I probably just won't even respond to them. They probably, I'd laugh if they're the ones that donated it. We're such a small area that they're probably the ones that donated it. So I just probably won't even respond. Demoralizing sounds too cruel. I'm pretty good at staying positive and considerate education. That is right. Demoralizing or cruel, but it is all these notifications acting me. I gotta turn those off. I agree on the education part. 4. This is QE. Let's get this guy out. And hopefully it's a cheap mistake, right? Or a cheap education. I've learned a lot more from bad buys than I think I ever did with my college degree. My worst buy ever was I paid $100 to drive, about 3 hours round trip to pick up a pressure fryer from a closed down restaurant, only to find out I don't have a gas line or a way to test it. The thing is crusted over and covered in disgusting oil. And I don't really want to ship it and learn how to freight things. So it was a good, cheap education. I ended up donating it to some startup that was looking for a fryer. So I figured I did my good deed. Hopefully they got it working, and hopefully they, are crushing it in their business. All right. Kiwi out of here. Double bag those up. Good morning, Fickle Fox. Good to see you. Hope you had a good night of sales yourself. Glad you're joining us. Glad you're in the channel. Hands back on the wheel. I'll keep listening. Thanks, Pricers. I'll keep talking. So Kiwi's still good. This is like a hunting brand, outdoors brand that does pretty well. It's got the little ram on it is the logo. This one I picked up at a garage sale. I think we were in it for $15, although I bundled it. It might have been like 10 bucks, and took an offer for 50. Sold fast because it's a good brand, and 50 bucks on this guy. Could have probably got a little more. It did have a company logo on it though, which is a little detractor. 12 by 10 by 4. And yeah, happy to see that one go. 12 by 10 by 4 and 2 pounds. I'm always happy to pay 10, 15 bucks when sell for 50. Like the same as getting it for free and selling it for 30. I was just talking, I don't know if you caught it, Fickle, but I got a message just now on Facebook Messenger asking me about one of my local pickups, or actually a wicker chair I grabbed there. I got someone coming to look at it later today. It must have got up in the algorithm, but somebody else messaged me, did you get this at the thrift store? No, I found it on the side of the road. What should I tell them? No, I inherited it from my grandmother. No, it fell out of the sky. No, I built it myself. January. This one is listed January of this year. It's a crime scene investigator buckle. You got to be careful when it's like a modern one of these, because you can get in trouble if someone's going to try to like impersonate a cop or impersonate a CSI or something like that. This is a vintage one. It should be just fine. It's old, and it's got the county somewhere in Oregon, I think it was out of. But yeah, I took an offer for 50 bucks. And we're going to box this. I'll go ahead and throw this guy in a box, even though it probably could go in a padded. We got this at a yard sale for $2. I paid a whole $2. Took about 4 months to sell, but not too bad for $2. And every time you're at a yard sale and you find something like this, you look for more stuff of the same. And I want to say I found some other police gear that was like more practical gear. I'm pretty sure I found some clothing with this too. That was more like practical, tactical gear. And then I also found I remember a certain military issue like flotation device or something or other. So this is, I think, the last from that garage sale. And the other nice thing about this is I got into this sale after another reseller that I have no idea why they didn't pick it up. That person usually would pick this kind of stuff up, but I think they were after the guns that were at the same sale. I don't mess with firearms as much as I probably should. No, I probably just won't respond to the person. I will probably mark it as red, just not even respond, ghost them. And if they push it, I can just block them. I mean, you're never going to make anybody happy. In that situation, like, if they're asking you if you got it from the thrift store, like, you're never going to make them happy. I've had that before. I'm going down memory lane on another Facebook Marketplace sale. So I will pick up the baby backpack carriers. I'll pick up the backpack carriers all the time at yard sales because they're always going for 20 bucks or less. And then in our area, we've got a lot of hiking, a lot of outdoor stuff, and I can usually sell those for 50 to 75 bucks, you know, depending on the model and the carrier. Sometimes even $100 bill, depending if they're like the nice ones. But you know, usually you're guaranteed 50 bucks out of just about any backpack carrier you can find, and you're finding them for 20 or less. And so I will do those local all day, and 99% of the time, they go to tourists. So 4, 6. Because people come in, they got their kids, they didn't want to bring their stuff on the plane. They want to get a little hiking in, and so you sell those straight to the tourists, and then they end up back on Marketplace when they're done with them, and the circle of life continues. Well, anyway, I was at a sale one time. These Echoes, these are really clean on the bottom. These are size 44. Look how clean those are. They're super clean. I'm going to double check because I don't have the Euro size in the title. I have just the US size. Let me, right. Yeah, super clean Echoes. I want to say I got these at a garage sale, maybe 5 bucks. But since they're clean and nice, they are going to go in a box. Anyway, I was at a garage sale. Picked up a backpack carrier, I don't know, 10, 15 bucks. Next day we throw it on Facebook Marketplace, and some lady like messages me, "You bought that at my garage sale." It's like, okay. That's shameful of you. Like you're trying to sell it for more, and you bought it at my garage sale. Okay. So again, I think I tried to respond and explain, like, but that was before I understood that you cannot explain to people. Like, if people don't understand how markets work, if they don't understand how money works, and then you can't explain to people. Like, you're never gonna help them understand. So I think we just ignored it from now on. Like, let me explain to you the ethics of reselling. Let me explain to you how we open up markets and help people, and get you some cash in your pocket at a garage sale where otherwise it might have just ended up at the thrift store. But no, you can't explain that to people. All right. That done. All right, those Echoes are going out. Echoes. That long list of brands continues to grow that once were really popping and now are just okay. They got to be really clean for me to pick these up. And these, of course, were nicer. And you want to get the nicer stuff, you got to get out of the thrift store. You got to get to the garage sales. You got to go find where people have this stuff. You could rent them out, the carriers. Ooh, that'd be a good idea. Like here, 20 bucks, bring it back to me by whatever date. I feel like there's probably more liability in that than I want to assume with baby carriers. But yes, you could rent them out. A lot of people do have rental businesses up here. For anybody not from the area, bear spray is a big one people rent. And contrary to what some people think, you don't spray the bear spray on yourself. I actually have some relatives who were coming up, and you got to ask the question. You got to say, so how do you use the bear spray? Like, what is the bear spray for? Is it something you spray on yourself, or is it like, oh, no. Like pepper spray. It's all good. She just didn't understand. But yes, people will rent the bear spray out up here. And backpack carriers is another one. There's like something on the side of the road I've seen before. It's like a rental company for just camping gear in general. It looks like it's an automated thing. I've never messed with it. But yeah, there's money everywhere. You can do anything. You just got to pick one way to make your money. The Keeper of Antiquities, first edition hardcover. This was listed back in June, so it should still be in this office. We profit by connecting, Les T says, we profit from connecting popular items with people that want said items and keep said items from the landfill. Absolutely. We open up markets. Keeper of Antiquities. That is what we do. 4th? June 4th. Way back here. There it is. Oh man, maybe I'll rant about the ethics of reselling next time around. There's so much to be said. But the reality ends up being is like you can, like, if people get it, they get it. If they don't, they don't. I've had very little success explaining economics and business to people who don't understand economics and business. Like, people don't understand that every company out there they're resellers. That's literally what they do. This is literally the building blocks of a business. And resellers help society. They help items get to where they need to go. They give great deals for people who need something at a cheaper price that otherwise wouldn't be able to have it. 10 by 10 by 2. They put a little cash in the pocket of the person trying to get rid of it. They provide jobs for me and my family. I mean, it's the wonderful circle of life. Given me inspiration to maybe someday launch some other business. This is the core. This is the building blocks right here. All right. I am happy to live in a place where we can do it freely and free market. I have another sale that came through. Oh no, just the Carhartt. Thought I got another notification. All right, these guys are pretty cool. You see these come through a lot in thrift stores. You see them a lot at our bins. You see them a lot at a lot of church sales and things have these. Homeschool materials. I'm always buying and selling homeschool materials. They do really well, especially when they're in clean condition. These are, these might not even be homeschooling. I think these are just BJU teacher manuals. So sometimes you just throw everything else away, but you can sell the manual. And I think that's kind of what it is with these. I had a couple different packets with it too. There are some materials that were slightly used, but as you're buying these, you got to be really careful. That's a 16-inch box. Ooh, or maybe my new ones. These ones actually probably work quite nice. We'll see if that'll work. I'll use this for something else if I don't for these. But most of the time you find these homeschool materials, you find these books, and they're like student editions that are just trashed. And someone out there thought, man, I should donate my completely used kids workbook for this random homeschool material because someone is going to really appreciate this. So they end up at donation centers, and it's just trash. But sometimes people actually had, you know, nice teacher manuals they didn't want to throw away. Yeah, I'm not going to. That'll bend the spines. I got to go up a size, and that's fine. But sometimes you'll find some good ones that are actually in usable condition. These are really clean and crisp. And with these, it's a 4-part series. If I only had part 1 or part 4 or whatever, like I wouldn't have picked them up. But I did end up finding all 4. And the extra stuff, the writing packet and that's just really extra. People want to get these for the manuals. Might be a classroom that actually wants to use them. But most of the time, it's a homeschool kind of a situation where they just want to get the teacher manuals and then they can produce the rest of the materials for their kids out of that. We're just going to crush around these. Heading to Texas. One more little piece. And I'll get a label for these guys. Or packing. Those moved quicker than I expected. They usually take months, and usually you move a lot of them right when school's starting. I'm happy with it. 50 bucks. Got it. It's either bins or it might have been the church sale I was at not too long ago. Picked up a lot of homeschooling material there. More and more of my stuff's going to start coming from garage sales. I'm pretty excited as the season kicks off here. Now, what I should say to that person, the person who messaged me, did you get this from the thrift store? I should say, yeah, I did. Did you donate it? It's great. I really appreciate you donating this. Ooh, those are moving more than I wish they would, but that's all right. They're just 15. I do worry sometimes about, because I mean, it is different for big areas, I think. In big areas, it don't matter. You just throw stuff back up on Marketplace. You throw it back up on Craigslist, and you move on once you buy something. But in a small area, you know, we got 50,000 people, which is pretty small for the greater area. You throw something up on Marketplace, and you're 9 out of 10 times going to find the original owner who will end up seeing it if you do it the same day. So I have been known to wait a little bit. I don't want to deal with that in chats. I don't want to deal with that. Maybe commenting on the post or things like that. I mean, the reach of Marketplace is insane. It's almost, for some people, like, if it doesn't exist on Marketplace, then it's not real. Like, some people, like, that is their whole reality, which is kind of crazy. See if I can pull this guy up. There it is. Beautiful. This one sold while we took an offer during the stream, so we're going to get this guy out of here. Just a Carhartt that is XL. Had no tag. It was a faded tag. This thing was ripped to shreds, and it's not even the great Detroit style like that we like. It's the different big barn coat. But 23 bucks, I definitely overpaid, but it was to someone I was cutting a deal with, and I like to build that relationship anyway. So we'll make $5 to $8. We'll make a few bucks on it, but I'm not too concerned. We paid $10, sold it for $20. I'm always a little worried when something sells locally on eBay that it's a trap. When something sells locally on eBay, I'm trying to, oh, like something sells from the town you're in on eBay. I've had one person ever in my eBay career reach out and say, hey, you know, oh no, I've had 3 now. There were some other, there's only one time have I ever actually met somebody and did a local pickup from eBay. For a fishing rod, because it made a lot more sense to not pay the shipping. That guy. I usually don't do that. Yeah, I got you. I got you. Yeah, I seldom local meetup anymore. Actually, I will just flat out tell them no for anything on eBay. But I'll gladly meet them for Marketplace. All right. These days, I'm getting more and more concerned about people knowing where I'm at too, which I've got a great security system. I got a nice dog in the area. But you know what I mean, like letting everybody know where your operations are at. I don't know. I also thought I'd start running yard sales out of here eventually. But I think if I ever start doing that, I'm going to more utilize an off-site location, team up with some friends, and run a big old sale. Carhartt's going out. Again, not a great sale at the $23, but it'll make a little money. We definitely overpaid. It was a nice bulk deal with somebody else. And we're still making money, and that's the name of the game. Oops. Well, hopefully you have some big things on your agenda to sell today. For me, I'm going to get about 20 pairs of shoes up. I got a toaster I got to list today. I got a KitchenAid I got to get out. I've sold 3 KitchenAids in the last week. And one guy even came and asked, like, hey, did you buy this from a thrift store? He didn't care. He's like, okay, I'll take it. Because that's another thing about Facebook Marketplace, right? Is I don't necessarily love now that it keeps your whole history of what you sell. I don't necessarily love that. 15 by 12 by 8. Because I'd almost want to just appear like some guy selling stuff, you know, than like someone who sold hundreds or thousands of items, you know, like when it's that market, when it's an eBay market, I don't mind being, you know, having a lot of sales and a lot of business and things like that. When it's like a Facebook Marketplace, like I kind of want to be more incognito, like, hey, this is my old toaster, come buy it, you know? But yeah, I think that's started tipping people off. You know, they'll look back at the person's track record. He's like, did you get this at a thrift store? Like, rather than, yeah, this is my personal thing. But it didn't matter for him. It doesn't matter for, I'd say, 99% of the people out there. But there are some people that care about that kind of stuff. All right, that's going to end our packing for today. If you did find this on the search, if you are just here for the first time, welcome. It's great to have you watching the replays. Please throw me a comment, throw me a like, and a subscribe if you want more content like this. That pushes my algorithm so other people can see it, and it actually will help your algorithm if you like reselling stuff to kind of get more stuff in the feed that is like this. We live pack Monday through Thursday at 8 Mountain Standard Time, and then weekends and Fridays are reserved for garage sales and family. I'll always be here 8 o'clock Mountain Standard Time packing orders. And so if you give it a follow, give it a subscribe, then you can definitely join into the fun if you ever can, or just catch the replays. So I am out for now. Hopefully you had some great sales. Hopefully you find some wonderful things this weekend. I'm very excited to get out to a couple sales. Not a lot going on here yet, but there's enough that we'll find a couple things here and there. So with that, have a beautiful day.